one another, not to fight over each other, not to not to fight over each other.
Keep on talking.
Not to fight over each other, not to, say, oh, my religion is better than yours, to get to know one another. And also, I want to come back to, Islamic history. If you look at how Islam grew over time in Pacific continents of the world, Islam never came to remove the cultures of people. Rather, it added. It was like as if the people already had a beautiful masterpiece of artwork. And
right.
Islam was just the extra color of shade that just made it blossom.
Because in the very beginnings, they actually coexisted with the early Christians, with the Jewish community, and
And now with everything, with nationalism and all these, patriarchy, it has separated everyone.
Because it's politics.
Exactly.
It's not religion no more.
It's not justice. It's not justice anymore. Because even back then, let's put religion to the side and just let's understand the politics first. Back then, when Jerusalem was consistent of, when in Ottoman rule, Muslims and Jews and Christians lived in the same area. They ate from each other. They married one another. And let me tell you this, when they married each other, they didn't need to convert to anyone else's religion. They were happy as they are.
Because it was intertwined.
Exactly.
The religion.
And also, the norm at that time was all about unity. And that unity came with something unique. It's not unity in the sense of like what we see in modern times. That unity had something sacred. That sacredness was something that not only brought people together, but it was a common understanding and an essence that people had, an ideal basically, that people were achieving. That when they look at their common man, that they actually know that they're both achieving that ideal to become more, to be more, and to wish the best for each other. We live in a very competitive society now. This society, especially like with stuff that are happening with the Black Lives Matter movement, one thing that I have an issue with as a person who have seen both sides of the coin is that just like how you have far right and far left, far right people and leftist wing, that mentality is playing over into the hearts of the sincere. And that is slowly building up and twisting into all kinds of ways. And it only comes down really not to what type of activism you're promoting, but who are you as a person? What are you trying to achieve? What is the goal? That is your activism right now. Because right now, everything is all a mask. In the times that we're in, everything is all a mask. You can't really say like, okay, because this and this happened, I gotta do something. No, you need to ask yourself first. And you need to actually look around. Because there are so many things happening in this country that outside of this country is a whole different story. That's why one thing that I'm grateful to have grown over the years is a world view. I remember the first time someone told me that, Shafi, you need to make sure you have a world view. I think I was listening to another podcast from someone. You need to learn how to have a world view. Because basically, sometimes if you are not born, because some people, they're born into lucky circumstances and they get to see everything and they become one of the best human beings in the world. And they don't even appreciate it. But when you're in a situation of where you're born into, let's say, a family or a group of people or a race of where everything is just coming down, it's all condescending shit.
Let's not use the word race, because there is no races within the race. There's only one race, human race. Whatever you're referring is ethnic, ethnicity, ethnic.
But culture specifically.
Culture and ethnicity.
Culture, because ethnicity, is just a part of who we are.
Right,
but it doesn't entail our intelligence.
But there are no There's no races really. This is an artificial shit that was created by the white people just to have an excuse.
I know. I mean, and that's the
to
thing.
enslave.
That's the thing.
Superior actually being.
That's why it's really good to know terms, because especially from where I'm coming from, I'm speaking from a nuanced perspective. I'm not speaking from any type of propaganda.
I know. Yeah. Listen, I love what you're saying. That's why I'm recording it. You are brilliant. You are very smart. You have knowledge. You have an outlook. You have
I'm not really that guy. I'm aiming every day to try to be that guy.
Okay.
Hopefully.
I wish everybody was that guy. Because I get in touch with so many people every day, and you know what? They don't impress me. And when I hear a young fellow who has a knowledge that transcends knowledge of many people who are already like in their senior years, you know, age is not always a sign of wisdom. There's a lot of old people who are fools, and there are young folks who actually are brilliant. You know, in the Bible they actually say, do not judge them because of the young age, because you can actually learn from the young, you know, just like you can learn from the old. But then again, sometimes you cannot learn from the old.
And well, that's the thing. And we're gonna get into that. You're speaking about duality, and duality is basically two sides of yourself. There's one side that you want to go.
Oh my God, that's my project of that you know, duality. It's about self.
Yeah, because like there's two sides of us, and as we grow up and as we develop and mature, like you said, age really doesn't matter. No. But your experience does mold you. It does mold you, and it makes you much more aware of a lot of things. Like
if you learn from your mistakes,
of course, and also just like if you learn your consequences, they all give you a perspective of who you are, and it changes.
Yeah.
It changes you, like.
Do I know?
Like even though you may call me brilliant and I appreciate it and everything and give me all these compliments, I'm still that guy who will go into the candy store. Yeah, because that's just.
But there is, like I said, there is a genius in each of us, and you apparently you are in touch with your genius. You are in touch with your genius self.
I'm in touch with myself.
You are.
Because
you are.
Because I would say the word, genius will be a little bit
we don't have
it's a little bit below the bar of what it is. Because because this is the thing.
We have a wrong understanding of the word genius, that's why.
I mean,
seriously, people actually think that genius is something like, oh my God,
That's why I told you earlier about don't take the word Muslim as the noun. Like,
and thank you for telling me that, because I had no idea.
Exactly, and that's the thing. Even with religion, don't take it as the noun. Take it as the verb. And then once you take it as the verb, because when it's a noun, what is a noun? It's a thing, a place. You like this, like even looking here is a noun. Religion isn't this. Religion is a verb. It is art. It is art, really. And art is a verb in itself. You can't really put a label on what art can be.
Interesting, because I'm an artist. So you talking my
Yeah, and especially
my
for
language.
Art, and also and not only that, because where I'm coming from, is all from a very intellectual and spiritual point of view, and that intellectuality and the spirituality, it all goes in really just chiving down into the self, in order to recognize more of the world. There's this saying that I came across where it said, the more you connect with yourself, the more you connect with God, and the more you connect with God, the more you are more in tune with creation. That's all around. You are able to empathize. You are able to feel. That's why there's this concept that is called in Islamic tradition is called Fana. And what Fana means is called annihilation. Annihilation, if anyone knows it, it means like something destructive or anything. But Fana, from where I'm speaking from, is about the deconstructing of oneself, of one's ego. And there's stages of Fana. So basically there's one part where it's Fana fi nafs, where it is destruction of yourself, nafs meaning yourself. And then there's the part called Fana fillah. And what Fana fillah is annihilation within God. So that's a state within Islam where one comes to be so enlightened and had really, it's a colorful person, really. But then what happens is that this person submits to the fact that they're truly nothing. They submit to their nothingness. And once you submit to that nothingness, which what Muslim is being, submitting to the fact that anything can happen right now, tomorrow, and anywhere. So Alex, you're already Muslim. because you submitted. You submitted to the unknown. Once you have come to really master that craft, because there is a mastery of that, when you enter Fana fillah, that is a state of where you and God become one in the same. Right now, you are just living within the confines of the will that He has given you. And that will that He has given you, you're capable of doing whatever you want.
And you know what? You have to learn, you have to teach me Arabic.
I'm a bit rusty, but I'll try.
And on that note, I'm gonna stop recording because it's already 10 minutes. I had the pleasure to meet this young man, originally from Ghana, who I found out later on that was there is a Muslim, and we had a very interesting long conversation that probably took place for about most of the night. And I was very impressed with his knowledge and how he actually understands things, his outlook on life, and I just love this man.